This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Christine Witulski from Besser Museum. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning, Nancy. First day of May, can you believe it?
Yes, it is. And as we're taping this, the weather is horrible out there, but I know it's going to get better.
Yeah. Well, May is an exciting month for us because we always do our membership drive.
Yes.
And we sent out our newsletters, and we have a great campaign this year for May membership drive. So if you see all these colorful artwork, it's by Noelle Skiba,
I can
local
tell.
artist Noelle. We teamed up with her, and we are doing a day on Mackinac Island for May membership drive. So how that works though is if you are a member, you can either up your membership at a different level, or you can bring in a friend to tour the museum for free and the planetarium for free. So you are like our host. And if your friend buys a membership, both you and your friend get their name in a drawing for a day on Mackinac Island. Now, if you choose to purchase a membership for your friend, say for a gift, then you get your name in the drawing. And if someone that's not a member and they hear about this promotional, they become a member during the month of May, then their name gets into the drawing. And so we are going to have one package, it's like a $500 gift package, 2 Fort Mackinac passes, 2 ferry tickets, 2 tickets to take the carriage ride, 2 gift certificates to stop in and get some fudge, 2 tickets to walk across the Grand Hotel porch, which also gives you access to go up to that bar that's at the very top, and then 2 bike rentals, 2 Butterfly House passes, and Noelle Skiba is going to give 2 art reproductions.
Wow.
So yeah, she's just been really generous, and as we were talking, she helped put a lot of this together because you know she has a studio on Mackinac Island. She has another one in Florida, and then she is just telling me about all the different work that she's done, and so we're really excited because Noelle is also going to be our juror for this year's Juried Art, and then we're going to feature her in 2020 in the Large Wilson Gallery as our featured artist.
She's so talented. Hers are so unique, I can recognize them anywhere. If I see one, I know it's hers.
Yeah.
No one else has that talent, does things just like she does.
Well, and she was commissioned to do some pieces for the House of Representatives, and she really hasn't promoted that yet, so we want to kind of help her promote that when we talk about her being the juror and her upcoming exhibit. And so just a lot going on, but we're really excited because being able to, say, support Besser Museum, memberships are one of our main ways that we get financial support. So many people are surprised when they learn that we're not on a county mill, we don't get regular income from the state or federal. And so we have support from Besser Foundation and from our memberships and from admissions. And so memberships are important, and the benefit to being a member is the fact that for just the one-time fee, you get access to the museum 7 days a week. So we're open 7 days a week. We have the permanent exhibits, we have changing exhibits, like right now we have the Apollo 11 exhibit going on. We are opening AHS art. They're featuring like senior sculptures. We're working with Kyle Kalashewski. And then we're also going to be opening in May the Northeast Michigan Artists Guild's 25th anniversary celebration exhibit. Beautiful artwork. That organization has been together now for 25 years.
It's amazing.
So yeah, and also part of a membership is a discount to the planetarium. So you have a discounted tickets to the planetarium, and if you're at a certain level of membership, you have free access to the planetarium throughout the whole year.
And you get special invitations to special events.
Yeah, and discounts in the gift store. And then just that, what is it called, the intrinsic value of knowing that you are supporting the Besser Museum, which is really quite fascinating. We are so lucky to have a museum like we do here in
Yes,
Northeast
very
Michigan.
much so.
So yeah, so look for that. If you have any questions, you know, come to the museum or call the museum. We'll have stuff on our website also. And again, just touching on the Apollo 11 exhibit, it opened up, Nancy, it's been so fascinating.
I bet.
Well, not just the exhibit, but talking to people in Alpena that have a direct connection
Wow.
to NASA and to the mission. We had a volunteer, he helps with our school groups, and he was at the opening telling me stories about how he was the engineer that helped work on the heat shield panels
Wow.
and the moon boots. And then another local citizen was working for Dell in the computers that helped kind of navigate the rocket.
Wow.
We had another individual tell me how his brother was involved in the mission. So we're really excited. We're having on May 30th at 7 p.m. a community conversation. And Tim Kuhnlein from ACC is going to host that, and he'll give you a little bit of background history on the space race and what was going on, you know, in history at that time between the governments. But then it's a time to share of your memories
Wow.
of where were you, how old were you, what do you remember, or that direct connection
Yes.
to companies. It's really been a lot of fun. So everywhere I go, people stop and say, you know, when I was this old when I watched the mission launch, you know, in our classroom, or, you know, I was here or I worked there or whatever. So it's just been really fun for me.
Now, do you have to pre-register for that event?
No,
Okay.
no. The May 30th, it's free. It's open to the public.
Okay.
So just come on in. We'll have the chairs set up in our large gallery and share your stories, and definitely check out the exhibit. We've had so many wonderful compliments about it already.
Well, I'm glad. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. So what else is happening?
So what else is happening is our field trips.
Okay.
So Amanda Kachurik, our new education coordinator, you've met
Yes.
her. She's doing a wonderful job in her position. She is hosting lots of school groups between her and Jonathan. Schools are calling in, booking. They'll have their planetarium show. They'll get all of the different activities at the museum. So during May, our regular planetarium schedule is changed
Okay.
from we're not having shows Monday through Friday.
All right.
We are just doing the weekend shows and then our extended Thursday night and Friday night.
All
So we
right.
extended our hours on Thursday night and Friday night till 9 p.m. and kind of giving people more opportunity to visit the museum. I know we close at 5 a lot of times. People get out of work at 5, or they're rushing with kids, trying to get dinner ready, all of those things. So on Thursday night, we're open till 9 p.m. and we have
Wow.
2 planetarium shows, one at 7 and one at 8. And on Friday night, we call it Family Friday night, 2 planetarium shows, one at 7 and one at 8. So we're gonna run that schedule through the summer
Okay.
and see how that goes. And if it is a service to the community, we will continue that schedule. So that's something new also.
Sounds wonderful. Well, we're out of time. I want to thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to hearing about how many wonderful people go to the Apollo 11 exhibit.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Nicole Keys from Michigan Works following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Nicole Keys from Michigan Works. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Nancy.
Now, you're the business service professional at Michigan Works, and you do a bazillion things, but the 2 things we're going to talk about today is the career fair that you just held here in Alpena. How did that go?
It went super well. We had over 50 employers, and over 200 people showed up to intermingle with those employers and look for potential jobs. So really, really well done.
Did you hear if anyone got hired or had some interviews scheduled?
We had lots of interviews. Actually, Michigan Works opened up their office so employers could
Oh.
host the interviews at the office. And we had 3 days with several employers using
Wow.
our office space for that. So hopefully somebody came out on top.
Perfect. And one of the other things you do is you work a lot with students. You want to be in the schools, you want to help them with resume writing and critiquing and interviewing and all those good things, but you have a really exciting first-time event coming up in Onaway.
Yes, it's called My Career Quest.
Okay.
And employers from all over Northeast Michigan and even outside of our area are coming together in Onaway, and they are going to be doing a nice hands-on job exhibit for these kids. It's going to be middle and high school students, and they'll be able to go in and talk to people and ask, what's a day in this job like? Or you'll be able to see a fire engine right there. You'll be able to see medical supplies. There will be a technology quadrant if you want to check out what some perhaps military personnel, how they use technology in their field. Healthcare will be there, manufacturing, construction. So lots of good hands-on experience and a lot of in-demand fields.
Wow. And so this obviously took a long time to get set up. How long have you been working on this?
Oh, I'm thinking we've been working on this since probably last summer or so.
Okay.
It's been a long time coming.
Wow. And now is it open to the public or is it just for school students?
It's just for school students,
Okay.
and they did have to pre-register.
All right.
So we have 1,600 plus kids who are going to be going through these exhibits.
Wow. Wow, I'm going to be volunteering for a few hours. I didn't realize there'd be that many people there. Wow.
Not all at once, thankfully, but
Is that how
throughout
they're
the day.
kind of staggering them throughout the day? Okay, and how long will the kids stay there when they get there? Do you know?
You have about 20 minutes per quadrant.
Okay.
So you go in and you don't have a ton of time, but you have enough time to, again, make those conversations, maybe, try a piece of equipment, find the things that really pique your interest and learn more about it.
I think it's a wonderful idea because maybe a child or a student wouldn't have the opportunity to try out a CNC machine and don't even know what it is, but when you go there and they see it and see what happens, maybe it'll get them excited. And we need to get more kids in the trades, as you and I very well know when we are out talking to employers. That's where people are looking for employees. So now you said you still need volunteers.
Yes, we are looking for volunteers for the event. We need some what we call runners, people who will help us take care of the employers who are showing up if they need to take a bathroom break, or we're providing lunches, so help passing those out. Maybe some people to help with our parking. It's going to be kind of difficult to get everybody in that smaller space. But
with all those buses coming in and out. So if someone's interested in volunteering, and it is in Onaway at the
Industrial Arts Institute.
Industrial Arts Institute, okay? So that's where it's located, so people would need to go to Onaway. So how would they reach you to become a volunteer?
You can call the Michigan Works office.
Okay.
So the number is 989-356-3339.
Okay. And just say, hey, I want to volunteer for Career Quest.
Yep, and they'll patch you through to me.
And it's probably too late for any businesses to sign up.
Yes, we had to have our plans in last week, but if you're interested in doing it next year, we're already looking at bringing more people in and seeing what kind of exhibits they could do, and that gives us a nice, year in advance to start working on that. So.
And they could just get a good idea then of what they would need and how successful it was. When I think about, a future workforce, having 1,600 students come through and seeing your business and what you do and your industry, that's a great plan.
It really is. A lot of businesses who may be, thinking, oh, my workforce is retiring in the next 4 years. A whole group of students is coming up to take those positions. So if you can show them, what your company has to offer, they'll be there to say, I want to offer this to you too.
Okay, and we forgot to say the date.
It's May 28th.
Okay.
Tuesday.
Sounds like a fun day. All right, now back to Michigan Works again. I know that you work with employers. If an employer says, hey, I'm looking for 3 people, this is what I'm looking for, you can actually help them get some on-the-job training dollars.
Yes, we can. Starting again in July, we'll have funding available for programs like on-the-job training, industrial-led collaboratives, which are grant money for training. You can work with other people in a similar field to get some big-time training done. ACC likes to help us out with that a lot. There's so many programs we can do. We can also do the resume sharing and job. If you tell us you need those 3 people, let me know. The people who work one-on-one with our participants and our clients in the office, we'll be able to match up some people for you.
Okay, and then the Michigan Talent Connect, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful resource for our community. Tell me how we participate in that.
Michigan Talent Connect, also known as the PMTC, is an online job board, which is free for all employers to use. It's kind of like Indeed or Monster, but you don't have to pay for it, and we'll actually help you make those postings. And everybody who registers to work in our office uses that PMTC. And they're actually required to through several state-funded programs. So a lot of people are really looking through that, and it's still growing. So, and they had a recent update, so it's even better now.
Oh, good. I haven't been on it in a couple of days. Good.
Yeah.
And now I know, too, that if an employer is interested in hiring, you can actually take their applications for them at your office.
Yep. Make it a one-stop shop for people. Hey, they're looking for work. You can send them right to Michigan Works. We'll help them fill out the application and make sure everything's in order. If they need a certification, we'll get that into you, and lots of help there.
So rather than have them tromping in and out of your business every day, all the time, you can do that. And then actually for interviewing too, you can actually use a room there to interview them, and these services are all free.
All free, always.
Okay, and what other exciting things do you do there?
We have workshops on Tuesdays.
Okay.
So every Tuesday we'll talk about applications, resumes, we'll do mock interviews one-on-one with people if you need to. I host What Employers Expect. So as you're getting ready to either apply for a job or to start a job, looking at the skills you have and the values that you'll be able to put to work at your job.
Okay, and what are the hours at Michigan Works?
We are open from 8 until 5.
Okay.
Every day except for Thursday. On Thursday we don't open till 9, but we're still open till 5.
And you're closed on the weekend?
Closed on the weekend, yep.
So come on in. There's always somebody to greet you at the door when you walk in and tell them what you need help with, and
Yes.
somebody's always there to help them. Okay, and best ways to stop in?
Yep.
I think so too. I think when you stop in and explain what you need, somebody's there to help you.
It's a lot easier one-on-one.
And the job board that you have inside too is really nice. You can get at a glance. You can see who's hiring in the area. And if people think there aren't any jobs out there, think again, there's a lot of jobs.
There are a lot of jobs. It is currently a job seekers market right
certainly
now.
is.
Take your pick.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, Nicole. You take care.
Thanks, Nancy.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning John Stender, who I'm going to say is the voice of ACC. John, you do a tremendous amount of high-quality announcing for our sports teams. I appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you, Don.
And let's talk about that. How did you get interested in that? And let's start there.
You know, after you asked if I would do this, I got to thinking back, when did I start? Oh my gosh. It actually started with our oldest daughter when she was in grade school at St. Paul's Catholic School in Owasso. And they wanted somebody to announce the starters for a game, and I said, I could do that. And I started there, and I moved up to softball. I did basketball at the grade school. I did softball during the summer for the local city league for
Sure.
kids, for girls. And then when Jesse moved over to Corunna, I asked them if I could announce girls basketball for freshmen. And the AD said, sure, John, we'd love to have it. Second week in it, the athletic director came to me and he said, we've got a problem. I said, what's that? And he said, we don't have an announcer for JV and varsity. We can't have one for freshmen only.
Sure.
You know what? I'll do it all. So I started there, and it's just blossomed up to when we moved up here in Alpena in 06, 05. I was up here working in 2005. And one of the guys working with me was an assistant coach with Coach McCourt. And we got to chit-chatting, and he said, why don't you come over to a game? And I went over, and Frank was just tickled to have me announce the games there. And I could only do them during the week, because the weekends I went back home to Owasso.
Yeah.
And it just blossomed from there. When our youngest daughter, Renee, was in the high school here at Alpena, I did games there for them, for the girls basketball and then softball. And now ACC's got me doing softball also over here. So it's been awesome. It's been so much fun. As you know, I try to have fun with it. Now, some people say I have too much fun. When we were in Corunna, when the kids were there, actually the conference that Corunna was in had a meeting, athletic directors meeting, and they said I was too enthusiastic and I had to tone it down. So I did for 1 year, and then the athletic director said, go back to what you were doing. So I said, okay, cool. So, and you know, I have fun. I have a lot of fun. I check with all the officials before the games. I tell them what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, and if I get out of line, you let me know. And I've never once had a problem with an official.
Well,
so, ever.
You add a lot to the game. It makes it more fun. Tell me well, you do basketball, men and women.
I do basketball, men and women.
And softball. I saw you this past weekend at softball. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Over at ACC, watching our Lady Lumberjacks play.
Yes. Which do you prefer?
You know what? I like them both the same. the thing with basketball is I can get more intermission time to do some more things during timeouts and things like that, announce maybe, as you know, my sale at the concession stand, the best concession stand north of the 45th parallel, always.
Or the sound of the chainsaw.
Oh, the chainsaw,
Yeah, I love that.
ACC, I do the chainsaw,
Yeah, the
whenever
chainsaw's
they make a
good.
free throw or whatever. And I actually have a tree falling, because as you know, my degree is in forestry
Yes.
from ACC, and I found a tree falling, but you can never hear it, so I quit playing that. So yeah, it's fun. I enjoy basketball a little more though, because of there's more time to interact with the crowd and things like that. So, but at softball, I play, of course, our announcements for foul ball, sponsored today by the ACC Body Shop. So,
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
So,
that's what got me thinking I got to get John Stender on the show.
Well, thank you.
I heard that.
Thank you.
So, do you have any favorite moments or things that just stick out? We have about 3 minutes left.
I really am. It's all just a ton of fun. One thing I did, and again, as you know, during intermissions or half times, I carry the mic with me. And I sat down one time and I talked to a young man. It was before your tenure as presidency. Olin was president. And I was talking to a young man, and I said, are you enjoying the game? He said, yeah. And I said, is this the best basketball game you've ever seen? He said, it is. And I said, what do you think of the president of the college? Isn't he a nice guy? And he said, I never met him. And I said, Olin, I'd like you to meet. And I introduced him and I walked away. I mean, it was just so much fun. So,
well, there is that. That's what sports does. And you look at people who have different roles, look at it in different ways. But from my role, I see the aggregation of people who want to pull for the home team.
Yes. Yeah.
And your announcing creates a level of excitement and fun, and people come to the game for the right reason.
I try to bring that enjoyment there for them. To be there and for everybody to enjoy it if they can. So, yeah, it's been great. So,
yeah, and you're good to go for another few years?
I am. I'm hoping to. As you know, I work on the road 5 days a week now. I'm not in town all the time anymore, so that's hard to do weekday games. But I do the weekend games all I can.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I appreciate in your announcing the level of fun and the, sometimes we're not winning as much as people would like. And, that can get people frustrated.
It can get hard to get excited about what the kids are doing.
Yes.
And I will always root for my home team. Mm-hmm. I always do. I'm emphatic, as you know, for our home team, for our Lumberjacks and our Wildcats and whatever. So.
And a lot of what the students are deriving from the activity is not registered in the win and loss column.
Right.
It's the way I see it.
Right, exactly.
I had a student athlete come up to me, in fact, yesterday, good player. I mean, we're in a tough basketball league, and thanking me and the college for supporting him in the 2 years that he'd been there. It made my day. And
that's awesome.
So thank you, John, for being the voice of ACC.
Thank you, Don.
We appreciate it. Thank you, folks, for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.